بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد للعالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين صدق الله العظيم. A very good morning to one and all. I'm Tejas Baburaj. Today's assembly is conducted by the Heritage Club. Next, we have the UAE and Indian National Anthem by the school choir.
teachers, and my dear students. A warm good morning to one and all. Today, we have gathered here to pay our homage to the father of the nation, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, also known as Mahatma Gandhi to many. This speech is dedicated to this person whose principles and values are even today being considered instrumental in gaining independence from foreign dominance. On 2nd October, Gandhi Jayanti is celebrated every year. On this day, one of the great leaders who helped India to get independent was born. His philosophy and idea of non-violence, ahimsa, led the country to get freedom. Today is 2nd of October, 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. We celebrate this day with great enthusiasm every year to pay tribute to the father of the nation as well as to remember his courageous deeds on the way of independent struggle for the country from British rule. The full name of Mahatma Gandhi is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, also known as Bapu or Father of the Nation. On 2nd of October is also celebrated internationally as the International Day of Nonviolence to honor being a preacher of nonviolence throughout his life. 2nd of October was declared as International Day of Nonviolence by the United Nations General Assembly of 15th of June in 2007. We will always remember Bapu as epitome of peace and truth. He was born on 2nd of October in 1869 in a small town, Porbandar, Gujarat. As the son of Karamchand Uttamchand Gandhi and Putlibai. In May 1883, the 13-year-old Mohandas was married to Kasturi Bai Makhanji Kapadia. He was a lawyer and he took his degree from UK and practiced in South Africa. He had described his life history in his autobiography named My Experiments with Truth. He fought continuously with lots of patience and dare against British rule for the independence of India all through his life until the independence came on the way. Here comes our Mahatma Gandhi. My dear audience, we have a lot to learn from the life of Gandhiji. His principles of truth and non-violence teach us a lot about leading life with honesty. He is a well-known figure in Indian independence history for breaking the concept of Satyagraha, which means abiding by the truth. Force is a particular form of civil resistance. He became the leader of Indian National Congress in 1921 and then led various nationwide campaigns for social causes and achieving self-rule of Swaraj. Gandhiji then expanded his non-violent non-cooperation to include the Swadeshi policy, which means boycotting British-made goods. He also led the historic Dandi March. In 1942, he also started Quit India movement. He also spent his time in Sabarmati Ashram with his wife Kasturba, and that place has been turned into a museum, which is located in Ahmedabad. He was the pioneer of truth and non-violence who started the Satyagraha movement for India's freedom. It is celebrated with lots of preparations at the Rajghat, New Delhi, the cremation place of him, such as prayers, offerings of flower playing, his favorite song, Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patit Pavan Sitaram, etc., in order to pay homage to the Gandhiji. I would like to share of his great sayings such as, live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever. In conclusion to this speech, I would only like to say that we all should learn something from the life of Mahatma Gandhi and try to make our nation great as envisaged by him. Thank you. Have a great day.
glance at the life history of Mahatma Gandhi. Now I would like to call upon our most respected principal to pass the Gandhi Jayanti message.
Good morning, children. This was a very, very touching assembly. Why I'm saying touching is today is the 150th anniversary of the birth of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi ji, Bapu ji. All these are names that we call this wonderful being who only lived his life for non-violence. If he had wanted to, he was such a big leader. If he had to just only tell people, India would have burned. India would have been at war. People would have killed each other. They would have done anything to get freedom. But that's the time this exceptional leader said, don't fight. Don't fight. Be as you are, but the message of what you want should go to who you want. It need not be done through violence. It can be done through other means also. That is why he did that Dandi Yatra. I don't know whether you know about that or not. It was a march. And during that march, they were beaten down by the British soldiers, but still they marched on. Therefore, children, politeness cannot be misunderstood for cowardice. Polite people are not cowards. In fact, they are the bravest of all people. If you're polite, it doesn't mean that you're a coward. It means that you're a very strong person. But then be humble, be polite, but say what you want to in that politeness, in that humility. Today also we are celebrating, you must know, in our school, we are celebrating not only the 150th year of Mahatma Gandhi ji's birthday, but today also this is done in his name, the Gandhi Global Gandhi Solar Yatra. This is commemorating the Dandi Yatra that Mahatma did. Our senior children from grade 6 to 12 they are making their own lamps that run purely on solar energy. No electricity, nothing like that. There are solar batteries, solar panels, which if you keep in the sun for a while, will get charged. And with that charge, this lamp, they can use it in their houses to study. It's called the study lamp. Our children, there are about 1,070 children who are doing this today. What are we showing the world? We're showing the world that we have to turn to sustainable energy. What is sustainable energy? Energy that can be sustained. Energy that does not run out. Petrol, if we keep using it the way that we're using it now, we will run out of petrol one of these days. And all our cars will come to a grinding halt. No more cars. What are we going to do? That is why people are now turning to the sun. The sun to give us energy, to drive our cars, to drive our homes, to give us light. We are turning to an energy that will not run out. Children, you are the future. You are the future. The world will keep running only if you decide to use sustainable energy. Only if you decide to conserve the natural energy that we have now. Water, fuel. These are the most important things. We have to look after our planet. We have to say no to plastic. We have to give up all those things if we want the world to run for the future generation. Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to congratulate these children who look so wonderful, wonderful. They're still, even though this boy's hand must be hurting, he's still holding it up. Put it down, son. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Your hands must be hurting. Put it down. It's okay. Thank you very much for this wonderful, wonderful assembly. Give them a big hand, please. And I must say, Gandhiji was very calm, very, very composed. He didn't run here and there. He walked down so slowly. They went around. They came back to the same place. I tell you, this was wonderful, wonderful. And the people who spoke also were wonderful. You did a fantastic job. Especially the boy who did the MC part of it was wonderful. Give them a big hand also. I am very grateful. I extend this word of thanks on behalf of the Vice Principal, the Headmaster, and all the supervisors. I extend this gratefulness on their behalf to all these wonderful children who did a fantastic job today. Give them one more hand, please. I'd like to, on my behalf, thank the Heritage Club, Mrs. Madhavi, who heads the Heritage Club, for having organized this particular assembly, for having organized this costumes. Mrs. Madhavi is very famous for all that. She gets things done so beautifully well. Come forward, madam. Come forward. Thank you so much, Mrs. Madhavi. Well done. Please give her a big hand also, please. I'd like to also thank Tino, our grade 12 senior boy, who is so very adept with the working of this system. His system sounds so good when he is around. Give him a big hand also. Tino. Please give a hand again. No, last, they say, but not the least, never at all the least, I'd like to extend a very grateful thanks to Mr. Radhakrishnan, the supervisor of this particular grade, for having brought everybody together, for having organized this function, and in such a meticulous way. Big hand for Mr. Radhakrishnan. Sit down, please. Sit. May I request Mr. Radhakrishnan and Mrs. Madhavi to kindly bring these children also down for the procession, sir. Thank you so much. Well done, children. Well done. Thank you. One more thing I forgot. Just one more thing I forgot. You know, I was telling Mr. Radhakrishnan, I had tears in my eyes because I could see the change in culture and the kind of welcome that you gave me. When I walked in, you all stood up and gave me a big hand. I don't know whether anybody told you to do that, but I think you did it automatically. Thank you very much, children, for that. I'd like to also place on record my grateful thanks to Sabina, Mrs. Sabina, Bushra, and Mubin. Lissy Dilip, Tejasri, Miss Seema. All of you, thank you so much. Give them a big hand, children. Children, may I request for some silence, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
I now request everyone to please stand up in the attention position. We'll now sing the national anthems of UAE, which will be followed by that of India.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
The Gandhi Global Solar Yatra is planned to promote self-sufficiency in energy for sustainability, mainly for those who lack access, as it's possible today to provide complete, cost-effective, reliable, and sustainable solar energy access while protecting the environment, creating livelihood, and empowering locals. Today, we'll be assembling solar lamps under the instructions of our teachers, the master trainers. And there's no better day than to do it today. The 2nd of October, the International Day of Non-Violence. Our principal, Mr. Anthony Joseph, has been working really hard to bring our school up to the highest rung of the ladder. And there's no doubt he's achieved his goal. I request our dear principal to address the gathering with his welcome speech. Sir?
Before I go on to the pleasant task of welcoming all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, I'd like to basically highlight the fact that all of us are here as one community. Sharjah Indian School, GGSY Boys Branch, to commemorate the 150th birthday of the father of the Indian nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji. and to celebrate his ideal of nonviolence. And we found that this particular movement, this particular yatra, was the best way of celebrating this 150th birthday of the father of the nation of India. The GGSY, the Gandhi Global Solar Yatra. And I'm very proud of the fact that when this idea was mooted, when this idea was floated around to the students, there was an enthusiastic participation. There has been no force behind this at all. None of the participants here, I'm addressing the participants, so I can't give you another fact. And I'm very proud of the fact that these young children, not only the senior boys, but also boys from grade 6 upwards, right up to grade 12. We have 1,070 children making 1,070 lamps. I think that deserves a better hand than that. Give yourself a big hand. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to be able to welcome His Excellency Shri Vipul, the Consulate General of India. Amidst his heavy and busy schedule, he has found time to honor us with his presence, and his presence is a great motivation to all of us here in this community school of ours, the Sharjah Indian School. Thank you very much for coming, sir. We are greatly honored. I'd like to next place on record our grateful thanks and welcome the Honorable President of the Indian Association, Mr. E.P. Johnson, man behind all that goes on in the school. A person who is a strong and efficient pillar of the school. We are very, very pleased and honored with your presence, and our great pleasure in welcoming the President of the Indian Association, Mr. E.P. Johnson. Though they're not here, I'd like to place on record our grateful thanks to Mr. Abdullah Malacheri and Mr. K. Balakrishnan, Honorable General Secretary of the Indian Association, Honorable Treasurer of the Indian Association, for all the support and help that they have rendered to the school, without which we would not be able to exist even as a school. Please give a hand to those gentlemen also. I'd like to next welcome amidst you, my dear children, and the other guests, Professor Abdul Ghani Olabi, Chairman of the Sustainable and Renewable Energy Department, University of Sharjah. When we approached the professor, he was happy indeed to be a part of this particular celebration, and also he has offered to give summer courses to senior children here on sustainable and renewable energy engineering, which he said will be given a certificate to. We thank him for that and welcome him amidst us. We would also like to welcome Mr. Humaid Rashid Al-Shehi, Manager, Public Relations Office, BIA. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. We would also like to welcome amidst us Mr. Pramod Mahajan, Principal, Sharjah Indian School, Gubaiba. Next, I would like to thank and recognize the presence of Mr. S.K. Pandey, Chairperson, School of Engineering and IT, Manipal University of Higher Technology, Dubai. I would also like to welcome amidst us Mr. Ravi Shankar, who has been the force behind this particular event in helping us to establish these lamps. Thank you, Mr. Ravi Shankar, for coming. I'd like to also recognize the presence and honor and welcome the members of the Managing Committee of the Indian Association Sharjah for their immense support in every program, in every event, in every idea that Sharjah Indian School wants to do. We have had an enthusiastic encouragement from these gentlemen who are in the part of the managing committee. Though all the members of the managing committee were not able to come, at least there has been some representation, and I'm thankful for their presence. I'd like to welcome Mr. T.A. Nasir amidst us. Mr. Ajay Kumar S. Pillai. Keep going, children, go on. Mr. Renji K. Cherian. Mr. Taib Chetua. Have I seen everybody, given everybody? Thank you very much also, children, for being an enthusiastic audience. I'd like to request you to maintain this kind of decorum and this kind of discipline. I'm very, very proud of you. I would like to next... Should I call or you will call? I thought I would call the next speaker, but the children are saying, sir, I think you've said enough. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your motivational words. Mr. E.P. Johnson, the Honorable President of Indian Association Sharjah, is very familiar to all of us. He is known for his wisdom, simplicity, and eloquence. Now I invite our beloved E.P. Johnson, sir, for the inaugural address.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, supervisors, subject in charges, coordinators, non-teaching staff, other teaching staff, and my beloved, as always I'm saying, my beloved children, the students. Good morning to you all. First of all, I extend my greetings of the day, Gandhi Jayanti. In fact, I have prepared a little bit, but I don't want to go for that one because always you are seeing me, you are listening me. Here we have a very special guy, a guest, our Excellency, Mr. Vipul, our Consul General. When we are saying about him, I was dealing with him since a long time. I never felt that he is the Consul General. He is a normal man. Whenever I approach him, whenever you approach him, you will feel that one. He is just a normal man. Whatever the things we are asking him, he is giving to us. Advice or help, whatever the things. May God bless him. Please give a good applause, please. So he is the keynote speaker. So he will say everything about Gandhi Jayanti and Mahatma Gandhi. Actually, I am proud. I am very happy to be here today because this was my dream. Since long time, I was telling the school authorities to have this type of program. I'm sure that the girls section also, they have this type of program. I have to congratulate both schools, the authorities, and especially here because of this lamp. I hope I will get one lamp before I go from here. I had to remind you, the students, one point only. You have to read. Not only read the books of Gandhiji or about Gandhiji, you have to study. You can read it, just go through it. No, you have to study it, follow it. If you want to become a leader, you should be a servant. Remember that. With these words, I conclude, and with your permission, with my prayer, I declare this function is inaugurated. Really, I'm happy today. Another point, I have a very good happy news to the staff, which I don't want to declare it now. My colleagues are here, so it will come later. So by these words, I conclude, Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. The Consulate General of India, His Excellency Shri Vipul, has graced the occasion with his presence. His Excellency joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1998. He served in the Indian mission in Cairo, Colombo, and Geneva. In his diplomatic career, he has dealt with diverse areas, including political, commercial relations, development, disarmament, international security, and media as well. I request His Excellency to present the keynote address. Sir?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Mr. E.P. Johnson, President of Indian Association, Sharjah, Principal Mr. Anthony Joseph, Mr. Pramod Mahajan, Professor Abdul Ghani Ulabi from University of Sharjah, Mr. Humaid Rashid Al-Shehi from BIA, and all the dignitaries present on the dais, all the teachers and staff of the school, and all the kids. Today I'm very happy to be with all of you on this momentous occasion of celebrating the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. I had a chance to come to your school when you were just opening up. That was about, I think, 2 years back. And I'm very happy to see the growth in the school, the wonderful facilities that you have, and of course the great enthusiasm that all of you have, especially today. I'm very happy that all of you are participating today in the Gandhi Global Solar Yatra. And I should thank all of you kids, the teachers, the staff, principal, your parents who have gotten together to participate in this wonderful event on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. This way, by participating in this event, you would have contributed to many things. You would have contributed to committing yourself to the Gandhian principles of life, and you would have contributed to the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, which were passed about a few years back, and you would have contributed greatly to the vision of the leadership of both India and UAE. In today's world, there are two major challenges that we all are facing. The first is that of climate change, and the second is of accessibility to affordable and clean energy. And when you go into solar lamps, into solar energy, you are addressing both of them. And therefore, when you become these solar ambassadors as you have today, you are contributing a great deal to a better world, a better future for the entire mankind. Gandhiji always talked about the nature. And one thing that he said was that there is enough on this earth for everyone's need, but there is not enough if we are greedy. If you go with solar energy, I think you are addressing this need because solar energy does not depend on exploitation of natural resources as it is required in other energy sources. Solar energy is available throughout the world. It is accessible to everyone. And with the technological advances in the last few years, it has also become cost effective. And therefore, as much as we can move towards solar energy and other renewable energy methods, we will be contributing to the Gandhian principle of protecting our earth and protecting our nature. This is also what has been taught to us by the United Nations. The entire world got together in the United Nations, and after deliberations of several years, the United Nations decided on 17 Sustainable Development Goals that the leadership of each and every country across the world today is aspiring to adhere to. There are in particular two goals that are very relevant to the issue at hand with us today. The first one is goal number 7 of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And I would urge all you kids, because these Sustainable Development Goals are going to remain with us for the next at least a decade, that you should also go and see what are these goals that the entire world community has agreed to. What are these goals that the entire mankind is supposed to adhere to? Goal number 7 is that of clean energy and affordable energy. And again, today when you are going into solar lamps and solar energy, you are contributing a great deal to that particular goal, goal number 7 of Sustainable Development Goals. There's another goal in the Sustainable Development Goals, which is goal number 13, and that relates to climate action. Climate change today is a worry across the world. The sea temperatures are rising. The earth could be in danger because of climate change. And if we go for renewable energy sources, especially solar energy, I think we all will be contributing to preventing any particular harm, any great harm to our Mother Earth. As I said, Gandhiji taught about nature. Gandhiji also taught about self-sufficiency at personal levels. He also taught about self-sufficiency at the community levels. And solar energy provides us one such opportunity wherein we can become more self-sufficient at our individual level, at our family level, and at our community level, wherein we can have small energy sources which are completely decentralized and utilize them, and that will be sustainable living for all of us. This is what Prime Minister Modi has been talking about for the last few years, and especially this year on the occasion of 150th birth anniversary of Gandhiji. He has set out 3 goals for all of us. And I think we should all, in our own ways, contribute to all these 3 goals that Prime Minister has set for us. The first one, of course, is the greater use of renewable energy, and that you are contributing to today. But there are 2 more things that he has been talking about. I think those are very relevant, especially for us Indians. The first one is that of cleanliness, Swachhata. Prime Minister has been running the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan for the past 5 years, and there is a great deal of change in India, but a lot remains to be done. I think we should commit, especially on Gandhi Jayanti, once more to be more clean and keep our surroundings clean. And I was just talking to the president of Indian Association, Sharjah. They have done a special drive today in their association for cleanliness. I think we all should try and do the same at our own homes, at our own premises. The other thing that Prime Minister has set a goal for all of us is that of eliminating the use of single-use plastic in our lives. I know that here on the stage also, we have plastic bottles. These are all single-use plastics. In our homes, in our classes, in our offices, as much as we can remove the single-use plastic, perhaps it won't be possible immediately to completely remove single-use plastic, but in whatever manner we can avoid the use of single-use plastics in our lives, I think we will be contributing to our Mother Earth and to our nations. India and UAE together are fostering a great friendship today. And this friendship is also going ahead in the use of renewable energy, in doing renewable energy projects, and in cooperating further on renewable energy. India and UAE have also joined hands on International Solar Alliance, an initiative that was taken by India a couple of years back, and United Arab Emirates also joined hands with India on International Solar Alliance that again goes with the solar lamps that you all are doing. So I'm very happy today to be with all of you. I think you are the leaders of a new social ethic that we all have to go forward to. This social ethic would be for becoming more environment conscious. And I think when we go about doing things like solar ambassadors and solar lamp assembly, I think we are moving ahead towards that new social ethic of protecting our environment while we develop sustainably across the world. So on this occasion of Mahatma Gandhi's 150th birth anniversary, I convey my greetings to all of you once more. And apart from sustainable energy, apart from sustainable development goals, I think we should again think about the teachings of Gandhiji, especially those about truth, peace, and nonviolence, and see to it that if we can imbibe some of those values in our daily lives, and with that, we would be better persons, and by becoming better persons, we would contribute to creating a better world for the entire humankind. So I once again convey my greetings to you and thank you for your great enthusiasm. We are very happy to support the school and will always do so. Thank you.
The future generation to meet their needs. Today, we are privileged to have with us Professor Abdul Ghani Olabi, Chairman for Sustainable and Renewable Energy Department, University of Sharjah. Sir, I request you to speak on this occasion.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the school organization for this important event. Renewable energy, as you know, renewable and sustainable energy is very important for our life, important for everything. So we can't go forward without looking at sustainable and renewable energy, without looking at our environment. So what you are doing today is very great. And here, University of Sharjah, also Department of Sustainable and Renewable Energy, also welcome you, hopefully to visit, welcome you, some of you to come to do your engineering degree, and you be leader in the world about sustainable and renewable energy. I think what you are doing great. I think very good celebration for world leader Gandhi. So I think his spirit now is telling you he's very proud of you, proud of what you are doing, and this is excellent work. So thank you very much for what you did, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, sir, for speaking with us. Our principal's girls' wing counterpart, Mr. Pramod Mahajan, Principal SIS Gubeba, is also present here today. And believe me, he is as valuable to us as we are to him. I request Mr. Pramod Mahajan to felicitate the evening.
वो कोई और चराग होंगे जो हवाओं से बुझ जाते हैं। हमने तो जलने का हुनर ही तूफानों से सीखा है। Most respected, His Excellency Sri Vipul Ji, Consul General of India, Honorable President, Indian Association Sharjah, Mr. E.P. Johnson, Professor Abdul Ghani, Mr. Hamid Rashid Al Sheikh, Manager Public Relations, Biha, my beloved big brother, Mr. Anthony Joseph, Honorable Managing Committee members and beloved students. We are here to celebrate 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Ji, well known as Bapu. At the same time, we should not forget another great dignitary from India whose birthday is also today. Can you guess? Can anyone guess? Yes, correct. We are celebrating today the birthday of the great leader and our second Prime Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri Ji, who has given us the slogan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. I am here to share with you the three principles of Gandhiji. Number one is ahimsa. Ahimsa is nothing but when all the violence subsides in the heart and only the love remains, that is ahimsa. And when the love remains in your heart, you love yourself and you love others. The second principle of Mahatma Ji was satyagraha. Be truthful. What's the meaning of satyagraha? Never afraid of trusting your enemies also. Be fearless to trust your enemies, to your opponent. And that is possible by the style which is called, by the way of life which is called satyagraha. Satyagraha is be fearless, and if you are fearless, your enemies will also surrender to you. And that implemented, that was executed by Mahatma Ji, and we got our freedom. The third principle of Mahatma Ji was vairagya. Vairagya doesn't mean that you will not be attached with anyone. Vairagya means do your level best for your needs only, not for your greeds. Our earth, Mother Earth, gives us everything which is required for us. But what we are doing? We are going ahead. We are disturbing the nature. For what purpose? To satisfy our greeds. So vairagya is your motive should be pure, your action should be right, and you should not desire for the outcomes. If your motives are pure, your actions are right, You are dealing everything with love, the desired outcomes will come. Now the solar energy sources. Whenever we travel here and there or in India also, many people says that Gandhiji was against the industrialization. Nothing, it was not like that. Gandhiji's views was, use your natural resources to fulfill your needs and then do the industrial revolution. Like take the case of your solar cell today, solar bulb today. Our solar energy is sufficient enough to satisfy our all sort of needs. But what we are doing, constructing the big hydroelectric power station, nuclear electric power station, and disturbing the nature. What was the outcome? Floods in Kerala, in Bengal, in Bihar. Gandhiji was against for this. Dear students, remember one thing, whatever device you have constructed today, if you use that device every day for 1 hour, closing all the lamps in your study room, you will be blessed and you will get something which will keep you near to the nature and near to the Mahatma Ji. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. We are honored by the presence of Dr. Ravishankar Dubey, School of Engineering and IT Manipal University of Higher Education, Dubai. Sir, I request you to felicitate on this occasion.
Yeah. Good morning, all of you. Just 60 seconds. What for we are here? We are here not to assemble the solar lamp. It is about sensitizing the solar energy. Use of the solar energy, and everybody know, without that our future is not there. Our future will be dark. And we as students, you are becoming a solar ambassador. So big round of applause to all of you. And as sir said, you start using this and make use of the solar energy. And rest of the things will be conveyed later. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. BIA is one of the most fastest growing environmental management company in the Middle East. BIA has pushed the boundaries of environmental innovation and crossed remarkable milestones to become a force for change. Now I request Mr. Humaid Rashid Al-Shayi, Manager, PR of BIA, to felicitate the gathering. Sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. First, I am happy to be with you today, and I need to thank Indian School to invite us today for this event. And I hope to get a great time with you today. And I am happy to see you all. Thank you.
We have come to a very important part of the program, and therefore I request the head boy to take the pledge for the day. And while he takes the pledge, I'd like all of you to kindly stand up without much noise and hold your lamps up. May I also now request His Excellency, the Consulate General of India, Shri Vipul Ji, to kindly hold the lamp with the children, sir. May I request the President of the Indian Association, Mr. E.P. Johnson, also to do the same. Can we switch the lights off, please? Switch the lights off. All of you, please stand up, children. No noise, no noise. Please hold your lamps up, 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 nice and high. Switch it on. Some of them are not switched on. Switch your lamps on and hold them high up. Right, it looks a pretty sight. Now the head boy, Austin Sunny, will deliver the pledge for the day.
Repeat after me. Today, on the International Day of Nonviolence, I humbly stand here with a solemn pledge to protect, to preserve, and to nurture our environment for a gratifying present and a green future. To be conscious of my own actions, to not cause harm to our nature, to show courage, to speak up, condemning actions that damage our environment, to be compassionate, responsible global citizens, to ensure peaceful coexistence of all living beings in the world. Thank you. You may put the lamps down.
All right, children, can we have some silence, please? Thank you. Thank you. Shh. I'd like to make a special announcement here. The Honorable President of the Indian Association informs me that there was a floral tribute that was done on the occasion of the 150th birthday of Mahatma Gandhi at the Indian Association Sharjah this morning. It was done with a lot of pomp and celebration, and the most important thing was the area in and around the Indian Association was cleaned by the members of the Indian Association. Please give them a big hand, please. And I would like to extend a very warm, welcoming invitation to the public function that will be held in honor of the commemoration of the 150th birthday of the Father of the Nation at the Indian Association this evening at 8 p.m. Those of you who are able to come, please do come. I'm being told it promises to be a very, very interesting event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before we wind up today's formal function, I request our beloved Vice Principal to deliver the word of thanks.
The most respected His Excellency Shri Vipulji, Honorable President of Indian Association, Sharjah, Mr. E.P. Johnson, Professor Abdul Ghani, Mr. Pramod Mahajan, Principal Sharjah Indian School, Juwais Gubeba, Dr. S.K. Pante, Mr. Humaid Rashid Al-Sahbi, supervisors, our HR manager, teachers, the students from Manipal University, other delegates from Manipal University, and definitely my dear students. A very, very good morning, a very, very happy morning, I should say. I'm very much honored to be here in the presence of the esteemed dignitaries, and very, very happy to see that we have done this function in a good way with a very good cause. As we have to curtail the time, I'm not going to so many things. But I just want to refer to 3 points mentioned by our chief guest. It's very interesting that he has a depth of knowledge about the matter, and that is really interesting and really encouraging and inspiring. Thank you, sir, particularly for that. I just want to mention the 1 or 2 points which you mentioned. He was pointing out our Prime Minister's message about plastic. And interestingly, last year, we have got a Eco Club, Hop Club. Last year onwards, in all the staff rooms, we introduced ceramic cup. We avoided all type of plastics in there. So definitely that we have done. We are 1 year ahead with that. And Sir was mentioning about protecting our earth and our nature. Definitely that is definitely which we are looking into. I should say we all are grown up maybe for another few years. But the children, it is you are going to do it, and you are the people only can make this change. You might have heard about a lot of discussions about many committees like Gadgil, Kasturi Rangan, and so many things. They suggest a lot of things to protect our environment. But you are the people can make this change without doubt, as it will be in your hand. Our nation will be in your hand. And the talk was really informative. And Sir was mentioning about the solar energy, about the clean energy and the affordable energy. It's very, very important. And particularly in our India, particularly in the northern part, there are many places still we have to reach the electricity where this will help. Solar energy is accessible anywhere. And back in India, in many areas, there are cottage industry, particularly run by the women. And it is leading to the empowerment of the women as well in India. So that all way, it is an interesting thing, and we are very proud to be part of this. And the children, when we started, they came up very positively, and we could manage more than 1,000, which is almost 1/3 of the strength of the school in the senior class. That I should say. Thank you very much, my dear boys. I thank our managing committee members, Mr. Taib, Mr. Nasser, Mr. Ajay Pillai, Mr. Renji Cherian, for being with us, particularly on this occasion. And we have some of our IAS members also here. I thank each and every one of them. I have to specially thank a person. That is Dr. Ravi Shankar. He was really instrumental in completing this project, I should say. He was there each and every moment with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And definitely, I have to mention 1 or 2 names, definitely. That is a group of students you might have seen all around our school council members. They have done a good job. Thank you, my dear boys. Keep it up. As our principal mentioned in the morning, I did not thank him actually. Definitely, as he mentioned, we had a special assembly in the morning, and those boys are joining with us for a procession. We have a short procession immediately after this, which may take only 5 minutes. And all the 1,000 children will be coming to the outside green court, and we'll have a photo session. I hope sir will spare 5 minutes with us. Your presence will be a great inspiration, sir, all of you. Thank you. So, and finally, CBSE also involved through a circular. They communicated that we need to be part of this, and that we have communicated to teachers as well. And the involvement of the Indian consulate and the presence of our chief guest shows how much they are committed to this particular project. Thank you, sir. And not extending anything else, just I want to say a final word about knowledge without character. There are many posters you can see of Gandhiji. I was reading one of that. I noted Gandhiji has mentioned about 7 dangers to human virtues, in which one point is knowledge without character. So through all these activities, we are trying to do that. Of course, I am not mentioning all these points. Now, before I conclude, it will be unfair if I don't mention a team of teachers who were really instrumental in organizing all these things. Mrs. Jihan, Mrs. Asha, Mrs. Jasina Hamid, and Mrs. Febina. And of course, I have to mention all my class teachers particularly. They made it really to this wonderful stage, I should say. They are the people really brought everything to this level. And I know that there are so many things. If I go on mentioning everything, definitely it will be too many, and our sir is so busy. So with your permission, if I left out anyone, please forgive me about that. Please forgive me about that. And I can't forget our supporting staff. Definitely without their support, we will not be able to. Now I know that outside there are so many things happening for the arrangement. Before our guests reach there are so many things they are doing. So all are involved directly or indirectly. And I should mention Rashida Adil also, because she is actually on leave, but for this function she came to join us. Yesterday also she was here. The art department, and so and so. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sir is just reminding you about supervisors. I already mentioned about supervisors. Started with the supervisors only. They are here, and see, now for example, one of the supervisors, Mr. Bawas, is not here because he is on duty. There are a lot of things are taking place outside. So I have to thank them also. So every one of you, I'm very happy on this occasion of our children will make the change. That's what we want. Thank you.
First, I think we should be prolonging.
Keeping you company throughout the event, my name is Aryan Shankar Pai, your assistant head boy.
Jaren Sam Joji, Volunteer Scout Vice Captain.
Joshua Vian Cardoza.
Mr. Amin, I'd like to, Mr. Amin, he said he didn't apologize for leaving somebody out. He has left 2 people out. That is himself and Mr. Rajiv Madhavan, without whose help I would not have been able to do anything. Give them a big hand, please. Children, we'd like you to again stand up, light your lamps and hold it up so that we can take a group photograph with you there with the dignitaries there. Mr. Amin is taking them there. You all stand up, light your lamps up and put it up, please. Put it up.